We begin with the homeless crisis and a major legal battle on how to address it. That's been going on now for years.
Tonight, the most powerful federal appeals court in the western U.S. says unless cities build more shelters, they can't force the homeless from public spaces like sidewalks and parks.
KCAL News political reporter Tom Waite live in Venice now to explain. Tom?
And good evening to you, Juan and Rudabeh. Well, as you know, the homeless population here on the west side has been surging. That was reflected in the latest homeless count. Well, the courts are saying that cities like L.A., counties like L.A. County, and the state of California need to do a much better job when it comes to shelter beds. The most powerful federal appeals court in the western U.S. is once again refusing to let cities and towns force the homeless from the streets unless communities provide shelter beds for them. Cities large and small across the West have tried and failed to overturn the ruling for years. The latest, Grants Pass, Oregon, population 39,000.
We were having a situation where the police were telling homeless people, that they couldn't sleep in public or private and private property. And eventually that kind of boiled down to homeless people feeling like they couldn't find a place to rest where they weren't being harassed.
Grants Pass's mayor says the ruling highlights deep divisions in her city and county, and currently there are few solutions on the table.
There's just been so much, discussion and controversy in the community that we're kind of at a standstill about what to do about it.
The Ninth Circuit has dictated LA's response to the crisis for years. The city forced to accept encampments because of a staggering shortage of shelters. But the court was more divided on this case than ever, with a growing number of judges appointed by former President Trump lashing out, claiming the homeless, by occupying public spaces, are destroying the quality of life in many cities. One conservative judge wrote, "Homelessness is presently the defining public health and safety crisis in the western United States." There are stretches of Los Angeles where one cannot help but think the government has shirked its most basic responsibilities under the social contract, providing public safety and ensuring that public spaces remain open to all.
This decision really shows the break in the Ninth Circuit. It shows how much President Trump's judicial nominees have changed the Ninth Circuit in the sense that there is now a solid conservative bloc. But the decision not to rehear means we maintain the status quo.
On the west side and here in Venice, where the latest homeless count showed the unhoused population surging, many believe the status quo needs to improve. Finn Schmidt has lived on the west side for the past 4.5 years. He's raising his son Lilo here. He agrees with the court's decision to allow camping when there is no other place to go.
At least providing an option where there is shelter, so that if people stay on the street, that there's an option to go somewhere where you have a roof above your head.
Others believe the ruling will cut down on harassment of the unhoused.
I think police are probably getting called too much to come out and deal with behavior issues that go on between those who are homeless, and they're just trying to find a place to lay down.
There is some optimism here in Venice. When you talk to folks here, they say they have seen a number of encampments cleared and people finding housing. But of course, there is so much work left to be done. Reporting live in Venice, I'm Tom Waite, KCAL News.